my role is that sort of strategic point and to be your voice in policing. What we can do is scrutinise how the force is responding to that, as we've done on quite a few occasions, specifically with rural crime, with cybercrime as well. There's other topics that we have a deep dive into. But it's about sort of this partnership approach, which has been a real strong thing. I think with us all being here this evening, you can certainly see that there's that will there, and being here to listen to what you've got to say.
We look at the livestock theft. We've had a number of incidents recently, so we've had to have a look about how we're going to tackle that and what we can do that in order to prevent it, and that's usually a little bit of high tech. So we've now managed to get some funding to get some ear tag scanners, which means we can read the ear tags of sheep that we can't see, i.e. in the back of the trailer. The purpose of that is that we've been quite open with the farmers and we tell them, if you see with livestock in the trailer, you are likely to get stopped and your sheep, your animals will be tagged, and they're thumbs up, they're more than happy with it. And obviously the point there is to make it less attractive to those who are stealing. So that's one area we're looking there. We're working with National Rural Crime Team as well, and we're on board with all the local auctioneers and so on and so forth. So we're doing what we can in that respect.
And I think the whole word I want to focus on is deterrence, because what the police officers in our area did was to get PCSOs to come down and patrol. And that acted as a real deterrent, but the diehards came back and caused more problems than us, and finally we did manage to get them arrested. And that deterrent was seen as free for about 3 years, or 2 years at least. And I think what the police do in that sense, you can't always be everywhere at the same time. By just being there where you can in response to just as the public hospital support has really worked for us.
So anybody who's suffered from scam, if they call the false fraud, they will then pass it on to local officers. We have a financial abuse safeguarding officer within the fraud team who will then speak to the victims, will try and help them. We've also got the police and crime commissioner actually funds the victim support centre, and they've got a dedicated fraud caseworker who will actually work with any victims of fraud to support them, to give them advice, to tell them what they can do, to support them to liaise with the banks, to support them to liaise with us as police, to support them to liaise with reports fraud and so on. So I would suggest maybe calling the bank, calling the false fraud, and maybe making contact with the